and abuse, trust and abuse. The saddening of my life began at the age of 4 or 5 when my mother divorced my dad because I stood at the door crying, "Mama, don't leave me," when she went to work. At the age of 5, I got a stepdad, his last name, who turned out to be an alcoholic and very abusive. He would whip me with a belt, a cord to an iron, or a hot bath, or make me stand in front of the garage holding 2 5-gallon buckets of water. He would chase me to school because I was afraid to cross the street. Cars were bigger than I was. I was bullied at school, told I am nobody's friend and would never have friends. On the way home from school, I was touched by older boys. One day, he was gone. He stole my mother's car. Then it was just me, Mom, and my little brother. Then we moved to a new town, new school, new friends, joined Girl Scouts, went to church on a regular basis. At the age of 12, Mom brought another man into our lives who became our stepdad, his last name, and an older brother came along. Life was good at times, camping, backpacking, water skiing, even here in Lake Havasu. We moved around because my parents worked for the space industry. When he got mad, all I did was freeze on the spot, wishing I could disappear. My little brother got most of his anger. Then they got a divorce, and my life was turned upside down again because we had to move into a 2-bedroom apartment, sharing a room with my mom. That's when I started smoking cigarettes, hanging with wrong friends, and Mom telling me not to. Moved in and out of Mom's over the years, in with my boyfriend at the time, and he was an alcoholic and abusive, and jobs here and there. Finally moved into my own apartment, and that's how I met my first husband. Got married, had my 2 sons, and moved out on our 5-year anniversary and divorced 10 years later. He turned out to be abusive verbally and physically. Got into a relation with his best friend, and got into drugs. He was in and out of jail and an alcoholic. We had a little girl, got clean for a while, even moved to another state. Then we moved back home, got back into drugs till one day I said enough was enough and moved away from the people that brought me down and kept me on drugs. September 97 was when I met my second husband, got married February 14th of 98, and moved to Missouri to be an OTR truck driver. In November of 2000, we moved to Lake Havasu, and in 2002, my husband and I separated, then moved back home. In 2004, filed for divorce due to finding out he was cheating with an 18-year-old. My relation with God was good when we would go with my grandmother as a kid, not so much as a teenager or an adult. My attitude towards others was good. I had fear of them hurting me, for that is all I knew as a child. I was taught how to pick abusive men, as my mother called it your picker's broken. The lowest point was my drug use, 2 abortions, a miscarriage, smoking, drinking, losing my sons for a while. Someone told me about Hilltop and said I needed to come. I said, no, I don't need a church. I believe in God and Jesus. Boy, was I wrong. I came to Hilltop, listened to the sermon for that Sunday, and would leave, not talking to anyone except saying, thank you, I'm going through what you just preached. Till one day I heard about coming to church and just don't come to church. It took me 2 Sundays to understand what the pastor was saying. So I started to get involved in the church, and next thing I hear about this Celebrate Recovery. So I asked if I could come. I wanted to quit smoking and was told yes. I came to Celebrate to quit smoking. It took me a month to get there, and then showed up because I finally was done with smoking. I had quit drugs without any kind of help except through the Lord. Now that I look back at it, I never turned back or craved drugs at all when I quit that. He helped me 31 years this January. Thank you. I gave my quit smoking to the Lord one day and asked him to take it all away, the triggers that would get me to start again. He took it all away, and I haven't craved cigarettes in 3 years this December. Then I was told to get into the 12-step program. I said, no, I don't need it, and was handed the book and told what day and what time I would start. I was so wrong in not needing it. I sure did need it. I had more baggage in my life that needed to be addressed if I wanted a better, happier life in future. For it is God who works in you will and to act in order to fulfill his good purpose. Philippians 2:13. Working the program helped me to deal with the hurts of my childhood and adult hurts, habits, and to let go and to forgive those who hurt me was the best step of release. I am a new me with a new name since going through the program. I no longer let my past define who I am today. I'm not afraid to say how I feel or let anyone hurt me again. I have changed since coming to church. Recovery 12-step, it has changed my life for the better. I can forgive those who hurt me from the past, to forgive quickly and learn to let go, let God. My walk with God is great, and I met the most amazing women in my recovery that I call friends. Now I am facilitating a 12-step to help others, a sponsor, a accountability person. I serve coffee to services at church on Sundays and work at Hilltop. I would not have been able to do all these things if I had not learned to deal with my habits and hang-ups through church and the 12-step. Humble yourself before the Lord, and he will lift you up. James 4:10. Boy, isn't that the truth. Get into the 12 steps, stay in it. It's amazing to let go of the hurts, habits, and hang-ups to be a better version of you who God wants you to be. I have changed so much and for the better. Thank you, Pauline, and thank you, Kathy Bingham. Thank you.